Hi everyone, it's great to see you. Believe it or not, there is still some snow in our yard, and I have to say, it is a little difficult to feel like spring is really coming, but I am ready, according to the calendar, to get the next batch of seeds started. So today I'm going to be planting Cosmos seeds, and Cosmos I tried 2 years ago, and I grew the double click blend, the candy stripe, and I think there's another one here. Maybe it was just those two, and they grew really well. I have to say, I love the very delicate fern-like texture that they add to the garden. I did not do them last year, and so this year I was like, I should do those again. I have some leftover seeds, and then I ordered some new varieties too for this year. So we'll see how they do. Now, these are supposed to be sown either directly in the ground after the danger of your last frost is over, or you can start them indoors like I'm going to do 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost. So I'm about there, and I feel like, okay, we are ready to go. I have filled up my seed planting cells here, and I used the paper pots like I did before. Now, when I grew them with the coleus, I was using the 10 by 20 size trays, and this is the size, that's why I'm holding it up here, which is different. This fits these just perfectly with 5 cells across. For this size planter, which is a more typical size planter, this is a little wide. So all I did was take my scissors and trim off the last cell, and then you can just stretch it as far as you would like so that they're nice and taut. So I ended up doing 4 across and 7 down for these particular cells. I'm a big believer in use what you have. I have these trays, we're using them, and it works just fine to resize these paper pots to whatever size tray you have here. Now, these trays do not have drainage in the bottom. I am okay with that. I'll pot them up as needed, and I did use a seed starter mix. This is the Coast of Maine seed starter mix, and I'm perfectly happy with that. Now, first thing I'm going to do is to label them, because so far, knock on wood, I've done a really good job labeling everything and keeping them straight. This still all could fall apart before things get outside, but we shall see. So I'm going to go through and do that quickly. Okay, so we are all labeled here, and I did find that I had some other varieties than I had planned, but that's okay. They're all labeled, and then I'll show you how I'm going to plant them. Now, before I get started, I'm also thinking about nasturtiums today. If you haven't considered planting nasturtiums before, they are a great annual for 2 reasons. First of all, they're going to bloom throughout the season really well. You have primarily oranges, yellows, and some reds that you see. Now, I chose this red. This is cherry rose because it seemed to be the pinkest red that I could find. We'll see. What I really want is a real pink nasturtium, but I think this will blend in fine. I also know that my mom does a lot of red, so I can share some of them with her. Now, nasturtiums have a very thick seed coating. So I actually am not going to put these into the potting mix today. I'm going to take 24 hours to soak them, and you're going to get a lot of seeds. Look at that. They look like little baby walnuts. So I just have some warm water here. That is plenty of nasturtium seeds for me for this year, and I'm going to save these for next year. Whether I end up using them or not, we'll see, but it's always fun to pull them out and see what kind of germination rate you can get. So I'm going to put those to the side here, and those can just soak. Now, not only do you get the great bloom time with your nasturtiums, but they also are, I don't know, I call them an attractor plant. your aphids are very attracted to your nasturtiums. So if you're looking for a plant to entice the aphids away from your really important plants, planting a nasturtium might be a good idea for you. It's a very natural way to help control the aphid population in your garden. So I might try that too, sort of putting one nasturtium plant back in a back corner, see if the aphids go to that and leave everything else alone. I have never tried that before, but a lot of people have luck with that. So keep it in mind. Also, if you really want your nasturtiums, you might have to be providing something to repel those little aphids from it so they bloom the best that they can. Okay, so your beautiful cosmos here don't want to be planted very deeply. If you take a look, I have some seeds here that fell out. They look like long little seeds. They're not hard to see, which is lovely, and they just want to be tucked under the soil a bit. So not much at all, and we're just gonna see what I have here. Okay, so there is one double click here. Okay, one. Well, that was very easy, and that will give us some more planting space here. My guess is these are ones that have fallen out. I think I will just put them in, and these will be the mystery seeds. As long as I write down somewhere that I planted these as the mystery seeds. Now, you can plant more than one per cell if you would like. Just be prepared that you might have to thin these out. When I planted them 2 years ago, I did find that they got kind of leggy if you don't pinch them back a bit, and I'll update you on when I pinch these back. But okay, those are all set there. So that is the double click, and sometimes you get some that get stuck. So always take a look. This says candy stripe. Yep, we got a lot of candy stripes still. And since these are old, I am overseeding a bit, because I'm not expecting them all to germinate. We shall see. Then again, I could be lucky and I could end up with tons of cosmos plants. Okay, and we're just going to cover them in. And when they say just to cover a little, like, that's really what I do. I just am doing like this thin layer of mix over them. That's how the coleus seeds were doing too. Okay, that looks good. Excellent. The next one that I have are the Xsenia. Oh, I loved these. These sort of have a more maroon look to them, and they really bloomed quite nicely a couple years ago. So we'll hope that some of these take. You know, you can always buy cosmos at the nursery, but you don't see cosmos in some of these more unique varieties at the nursery. You're going to see your traditional white, pink, dark pink. And generally, they're a solid color with sort of a yellow center to them. They look a little bit like a daisy. And those are beautiful. But when you go online and you're looking at the seeds, they really have a variety that you can choose. This is Rubenza, also more of a dark pink maroon. Okay. Add those in here. I love seeds that you can see easily like this. Great. I found last year that 2 years ago, that the cosmos did appreciate some plant food once they were up. So I'm going to remember that for this year too. And I see some that are uncovered. Okay, this tray is done, and there is one more type here, Cupcakes Blush. These are kind of double and they look like cupcake wrappers. Really, really cute. If you had kids, I would say these are just a fun one to plant. So I did get a number of these, and the Cupcakes Blush, they're on the lighter side color-wise. Okay, we're just gonna throw them all in. I don't like to keep my seeds more than a couple years. I know that a lot of people do, and you know what? It's worth trying. Hey, see if they will sprout, but I would say overall, oh honey, that's not water, that's seeds, yeah. And you give it a try, but if I can use them up in a couple years, I know next year I'm gonna want to be buying more seeds anyway. Okay. The next one, oops, is cotton candy. So there are 3 varieties that I chose for this year. This is cotton candy, and it is going to bloom a soft apricot to orange to peach to pink to yellow. You often get sort of a variety of shades in your cosmos. So think of this sort of as the pale peachy pink colors. They get to be 18 to 30 inches tall. Now that's something you want to notice with your seeds for cosmos. Some can get really tall. I prefer the 2 to 3 foot variety. That is tall enough for me. And these also do very well for cutting flowers too. A lot of people do these for cut flowers. Okay. Now, since this is this year's batch, I'm going to take off my gloves and get more serious here. I'm not going to plant probably all of them. There are 30 here, and I think I'm going to plant maybe 12 of the new varieties and save some for next year. So let's see if I can be a little more careful. Ended up planting 16 there. I think that is plenty. Oops, I got a couple that I have missed here, and I'm putting them in so that I can save these for next year. And generally, when I'm saving seeds, I do try to put them right back into the package. That's really the only way I can keep things straight in my mind. Okay, the next one that I have is Snow Puff. Okay, Snow Puff it is. Snow Puff is large, frilly, semi-double and fully double blossoms in pure white. This gets to be 4 feet tall, so these will probably be more towards the back of the garden, but I love the big puffy look that they have. So these 3 I have never tried before, these 3 varieties, so they'll be new to me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 13, 14, 15, 16, oops, 17, I think that's it. Let's take one more. Okay, it looks like we got 18, oops, 18 of that kind. Maybe more because another one fell out, that's okay. Okay, we'll put Snow Puff back in here. And then the last variety that I have here is called Sweet 16. This is a blush pink flower with a bright pink margin. It has double frills. So we'll see, these are 3 feet tall. Okay. And these I ordered from Swallowtail Nurseries this year. So you could see that my seed packets from a couple years ago were from Johnny's, and then some I had just picked up at a local nursery. And then these are from Swallowtail Nurseries. I don't really have one place that I always order from. I just enjoy ordering seeds in the winter when I'm thinking of gardening, like I'm sure many of you are doing or have done too. Okay, that looks good. So there were 12 pockets for Sweet 16 here, and I'm going to save the rest. There we go. Okay, and now very carefully, I am going to grab some gloves and cover those in. Okay, so we have roughly 75, 80 plants that are ready to start growing here. Beautiful cosmos. I'm going to put these downstairs under my grow lights with some heating mats until they sprout. I had pre-moistened this seed starting mix, so I don't need to water them. They should be good for quite a while, and I will keep you updated. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.